What happens when South Korea launches its first ever lesbian dating show? Drama. Lots of drama. Did you think finding love was complicated? Try finding it on national television while representing an entire community. 7 beautiful women, 1 island, and enough tea to sink the ship they arrived on. Welcome to Get Her, the groundbreaking Korean lesbian dating show that had everyone talking, but not for the reasons you'd expect. Strap in, bestie, because this roller coaster left the station before the first episode even dropped. The show's premise: breaking new ground. So here's the 411. To Get Her made history when it premiered on the 25th of April this year on Wave Korea's streaming platform. The concept? 7 gorgeous contestants: Meringue, Dagyo, Jaina, Seoyin, Riwon, Heyoung, and Hangyul, all living together on Jeju Island, basically Korea's Hawaii if you didn't know, navigating the dating scene to find their perfect match. Initially, the show got mad props for bringing queer representation to mainstream Korean media. By design, it was revolutionary, a watershed moment for visibility. Articles were hyping up the cast's beauty and charisma, especially contestant Riwon, who quickly became the audience favorite. The vibe was immaculate for about 5 minutes. Then, everything went sideways. Scandal number 1. Riwon's racy past exposed. Plot twist number 1 hit like a truck when Kim Riwon's past as a racy streamer, Red Cam Girl, came to light right after the show premiered. Talk about awkward timing. The internet did what it does best. It dug up receipts. Images and videos from her past started circulating faster than gossip at a high school lunch table. The fallout was swift and brutal. Riwon went full scorched earth, deleting everything from her Instagram, where she had nearly 300,000 followers. Yikes. But the real controversy wasn't just about her past work. It was the allegations of queerbaiting that really set the internet on fire. People started questioning whether she was actually lesbian or just playing a role for clout. In a community starved for authentic representation, this hit different. Riwon eventually dropped a handwritten apology on Instagram, acknowledging her past and trying to set the record straight about her sexuality. She even opened up about personal trauma, including an abusive ex-boyfriend, while reaffirming her lesbian identity. She wrote, "I apologize to the LGBTQ+ community, the production team, and all viewers." But the damage was done. Korean netizens were having none of it, basically saying she'd set back perceptions of the LGBTQ+ community. The comment sections were a bloodbath. Meanwhile, the production team was caught looking like deer in headlights. They released a statement basically saying, "We didn't know. We couldn't check everything about everyone." Classic damage control that satisfied exactly no one. Some fans on social media defended Riwon, pointing out how brave it was to come out in Korea's homophobic climate. Others were like, "This is why we can't have nice things." The whole situation was messier than a dorm room on finals week. Scandal number 2. Age gap controversy. If you thought that was the end of it, hold my soju. Scandal number 2 entered the chat: the age gap between contestants. We're talking about Hangyul, born in 2006, making her 19, and Heyoung, born in 1993, making her 32. That's a 13-year difference, people. In American reality television, that might raise some eyebrows. In Korean culture, where age hierarchies are no joke, it caused full-on pearl clutching. Social media exploded with comments like, "She's just a child," and "They couldn't find enough participants, so they had to include someone from 2006 with someone from 1993? The age gap controversy hit different because Koreans take age seriously in relationships. There are literal language differences in how you speak to someone older versus someone younger. Now, imagine dating someone who could have been in middle school when you were graduating college. On television, it's giving uncomfortable. The outrage highlighted how the show was navigating uncharted waters. As the first lesbian dating show in Korea, every decision was under a microscope, and this casting choice had people questioning the production team's judgment big time. Scandal number 3. The sponsorship drama. Just when you thought things couldn't get messier, contestant Hang Yul dropped yet another bombshell by accusing fan favorite Riwon of something seriously shady. According to Hang Yul, Riwon had invited her on an overseas trip that gave major sugar daddy vibe soar in Korean entertainment lingo, a sponsorship arrangement. For those not in the know, sponsorship in this context basically means wealthy individuals providing financial support to entertainers in exchange for, well, let's just say companionship. Hang Yul claimed she initially thought the invitation was casual, but later felt uncomfortable about the true intentions behind it. She took to social media with a lengthy post clarifying that while she and Riwon had kept in touch after filming, there was no romantic connection between them, and more importantly, she wasn't cool with being set up with a sponsor. Riwon clapped back by releasing screenshots of their conversations, insisting the trip was just a simple meetup that had been discussed on camera. She emphasized that she was well aware her past broadcasts were inappropriate and socially criticized, and had zero intention of dragging castmates into any questionable professional arrangements. Scandal number 4. The Choi Si-hoon connection. Just when you thought this couldn't get more complicated, scandal number 4 arrived. Choi Si-hoon, husband of K-pop singer A-lee and former Singles Inferno contestant, getting dragged into the Riwon Hang Yul drama. Riwon tried to clarify that Choi Si-hoon just gave her occasional advice and denied any professional connections, but the damage was done. The rumor mill worked overtime. This mess got so bad that the production team delayed broadcasting by a week to edit the content. There were legit concerns the show might be shelved indefinitely. Not quite the history they were hoping to make, I'm guessing. The fallout. Social media reactions. The social media response was absolutely wild. On platforms like X, international fans were expressing major disappointment. Others defended Riwon, calling out the production team. You did your own background checks. You wanted Riwon on your show. She's shown bravery by coming out and appearing on To Get Her, despite the serious homophobia in your country. Now you take the easy way out and just cut off the controversy. The discourse was heated, with many calling for the show to be released in full despite the controversies. Fans were frustrated by the delays and edits, arguing that the drama was being handled poorly by the network. The bigger picture. Cultural context. To really understand why these scandals hit so hard, you need the cultural context. South Korea remains pretty conservative when it comes to LGBTQ+ issues. Previous attempts at queer dating shows, like the gay dating show His Man, also faced controversies. The scandals around To Get Her touch on broader societal tensions around age dynamics, sexuality, and public morality. Some viewers saw the controversies as reinforcing negative stereotypes about the LGBTQ+ community, while others viewed them as growing pains for a society slowly becoming more accepting. The fact that this show exists at all is pretty revolutionary for Korean television. But these controversies highlight just how challenging it is to pioneer representation in a culture still wrestling with acceptance. The conversation continues. So what do you think? Is To Get Her a step forward despite its stumbles? Or did these scandals set LGBTQ+ representation back in Korean media? Does Riwon deserve a second chance? Or should she have been more upfront from the beginning? Drop your hottest takes in the comments below.